It's time to talk about the best of the
Foundation.
And of course, the best of
the WGP.
With the addition of a SMARK psychology podcast twist. 30-minute time limit. 2 matches of the night from last night. 1 from WGP, 1 from the Foundation. Along with the important show highlights. The owner of WGP and Foundation, Hollywood Haywood, teams up with the CEO and creator of SMARK Psychology Podcast, The Prophecy, King Mac Millie, as they bring to you Good Golly Psychology.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, smarks and marks all over the Promoverse world. What is going on? It is your guy, it is your boy, the influence, your man, Mac Millie. Yeah, that world champion of 2 companies. Yeah, we're going to get to that. But you already know what it is. It's GGP. We back up in the house, so you know I'm not by myself. I'm with that guy by the name of
Hollywood Haywood, the owner of Foundation and WGP and co-host of Good Golly Psychology, ready to talk about last night's promo double feature.
Oh, yeah, let's get into it, man. First of all, before we do it, you know what I'm saying? Episode 12, Guts Will Spill for Glory. Yes, indeed. Let me get this up off my lap. Oh, man, I got to go downstairs and get my other one.
We are on the road to Guts and Glory, and as you saw at the end of the show last night, we showed the first 7 matches on what will be a 12-match 2-day event, July 3rd, July 4th on our YouTube channels. Make sure you check that out. We're going to talk some about some of those matches later on in this show.
Ooh, yeah. I was going to ask at some point we got to let them know what those matches are in case they didn't see them, but it's all good. We going to get to it.
And last night we opened up with an incredible prototype championship match where we saw the young phenom, the ageless assassin. We saw Drake, who had earned the right for this opportunity to come and fight. May I say one of the biggest rising stars of 2026, Nug Life for life. This is basic chickenomics. He took on Good Golly Hector Flores, the prototype champion. And
I don't know how you throw up Nug Life, but I'm trying to figure it out. Like, how?
I don't know either. I think it's something like this. Nug Life, for life. So
maybe just go like this. Nug Life.
Yeah.
Nug Life.
And I can't say enough good things about Hector. Or Drake for that matter. I talk all the time about when you're a champion, there's a certain way you defend your championship. There's a certain approach that is so textbook that so many people, if they took it, they'd find themselves holding on to their championships a little bit longer. And that's what Hector did here. He took the approach of, I'm the champion. You have to beat me. Like the way he worded everything. And what Hector did really well in this promo, Mac, was that he set the table. He set the table. He didn't do what all these other opponents of Drake have done, which is totally just go in on the fact that they're young. He did mention it. He mentioned it, but it wasn't the whole premise of the promo. He made it more about, you're impressive. It's going to be your day one day, just not today. And by golly, he had a successful defense. What's your take, Mac?
I mean, it's not a show until my name gets mentioned, and having your name mentioned in the very first match, and it's a championship match, it's a terrific thing, and then, later on in the night, we got some more Good Golly and some more psychology mentioned or in visual. So I was pleased. I told Drake, I said, man, I don't know if this is going to be enough right here, man. I don't know. So I did prep him. and let him know that it might not go his way. But he was like, well, hopefully, maybe still, say we pull it in, because I told him, I said, you really didn't go after Hector as much.
Right.
The one good barb in there was generic Hector, which I never knew was a rank.
An NPC from WWE 2K, and in my opinion, that was a bad approach, and that's nothing against Drake. It's a bad approach considering we're talking about Hector being one of the biggest rising stars of 2026 at this point. Maybe 2 years ago that line would have worked, but now Hector's at the forefront of a lot of people's minds in the Promoverse right now. He's a double champion like yourself, like myself. He's doing all of the things right, so it's hard to picture him as an NPC like that.
Yeah, but it was a good line though, and I never knew that Hector Flores was a generic character on WWE 2K, because I don't really pay attention to it that deeply or whatever. But I was just like, But then I thought to myself, I said, well, maybe it's time for a name change with all this growth that Hector's been having. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not opposed to like a name change and a different presentation, to become a little more original than what he has been. But
I'm waiting on Hector to get one of those lucha masks like Andrade has in the industry. But I want it to be like a chicken nugget head, and he comes out and he's like, and then he takes it off, and it's time to get to business. That's what I picture. I'm not saying that's what you should do, Hector. I'm just saying that I kind of.
I got a couple of catchphrases for him. Let's dip these nuggets. It's time to dip these nuggets in the sauce or whatever. But speaking of sauce, you know what I'm saying? He digs into the kid and whatnot, my young gunner. You know what I'm saying? And Hector didn't lose to the power of promo this time, but as you did make a mention that he didn't take the same scheme as other people, but he kind of did, but he schemed it properly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He said he
become
won't call
the focus of his whole promo of the kid being a kid. Like all the other opponents, that's pretty much all they said. Was that
where he took the whole kid notion, but then he flipped it into a better scheme and worked it out to where he kept revisiting it, but not really saying, like, not talking about him in the light that everybody else has. And then the line that made me laugh was, I don't know whether I should be concerned about losing this belt or somebody calling the police on me for child abuse.
That was a good line.
I was like, all right, Hector. All right, Hector. Maybe Hector's getting ready. Hector's getting ready. Outside of the Promoverse, I actually have Hector entered into this live promo battle that's about to happen at Knox Pro next week. So we'll see how that goes. It's a minute to win it, but it's interesting. Hector's been getting better, and he's excited for that opportunity to be able to do something live. So
and he's making you feel. He's making you feel like he is the damn man. And that's hard to do, but Hector has done it. And I don't want Drake to walk away from this thinking that, this is the end of the road. No. This is the beginning of the journey. And you didn't get there tonight, but there will be more opportunities for a talented guy like yourself, Drake. There definitely will be.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Speaking of next week, Drake has a wrestling match next week at Santino Bros on next Friday, as a matter of fact. Or next Friday he'll have a match at Santino Bros. So that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna make sure that I'm in the house for that. But I just want to say to the next person that's gonna be standing in front of Drake, watch out, because you know what I'm saying. Now he has his taste of being on the losing side of things or whatever, and that's definitely going to encourage him to come out here and really start attacking people more and directly than just saying, a line here and a line there, because he's got everything. Excuse me. He's got everything else, and I didn't really put too much production. Yeah, I didn't really put too much production on his match and everything, but so, it's going to be dangerous for the next person.
Well, let's move on along, Matt, because then we had some hot tag team action, Pauls. Did I say that right? I think I did. We had Petty Politics
I guess.
Court of Blood in tag team action, but we won't call it hot. But, Mac, what's going on with Petty Politics?
I don't know. They haven't been on the same page in a long. It's crazy. Okay, here's what I'm thinking.
Go ahead.
They they came together in the blind date tournament, and once the blind date tournament started again, feels like they started having differences.
Yeah, it's almost like they made it a year, and then the newlywed stage of their relationship wore off. Because you got Franklin Benjamin, who spent most of this match talking about the Army of One. Now, we didn't even know Franklin was going to be here, but he spent most of the match talking about Army of One. So full disclosure, man, before we talk about this match anymore, Franklin and the Army of One, who can't seem to get each other's names out of their mouths, are going to face at Guts and Glory. That's official. It's going to happen. Yeah. But last night, Franklin's obsession with the Army of One cost petty politics.
Yeah, and Triple P is tired of Frankie's shit. So, like, I don't know what's going to happen to this team with them dropping the titles and everything here in this scenario. But I gotta say this, like, Court of Blood, y'all got lucky in this scenario to where the tag team champions got caught slipping, I guess. I don't even know if I could say caught slipping, because Frankie was just focused on something else and just did not care and cost him that match. So, but like, I didn't retain much.
With so much gold now, between Lit Fuse having the world championship and you know, the Court of Blood having the tag team championships. I mean, the Hellfire Club is consuming the Promoverse. I don't know if we're going to be okay through all this.
Yeah, I might just, me and Lit just might just go ahead and say, you know what, forget that tag team rematch. We ain't gonna fight for that. Maybe there's something else we should fight for. Maybe we should fight for it all. Who knows? I don't know. I've been collecting world titles, as you see one here and one is downstairs waiting for me. I don't know. Maybe I want to take his.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Mac. Now, we know we got the Stephen Faison Young Gun Memorial Pillars of Fate tournament going on. Now, I can't control who the winner picks, but I will say this. Your match against Lit Fuse at Guts and Glory, as of right now, is one-on-one. You and Lit. And it was for the tag team title rematch opportunity, but now, Mac, it will be also for the WGP World Championship.
I like it. So for that tournament winner, you know what I'm saying, whoever you may be, which we're getting close to it, you know,
if the tournament
enter our match or not,
if the tournament winner chooses the WGP World Championship, that match will become a triple threat. Okay? If they don't, you guys will have a one-on-one match, everything on the line. Wow.
Oof.
But
I like it. And I know he loves it.
Mac, I just got to tell you.
I'm going to make him a member of the... Tell me what.
Well, I wanted to let you complete your sentence.
Tell me what.
I just want to tell you, Mac. We got...
Oh, nah. I was going to say some bullshit. Don't mind me.
Mac, we moved from that tag team match and we saw Kevin Wolf make a phone call to Dr. Deuce. Now, we don't know what Dr. Deuce said. We don't know what he said. But they're supposed to meet up soon. And I want cameras on that when they meet up, because Kevin seemed a little off.
Yeah.
Like he seemed
Maybe
he seemed distraught.
Maybe he's looking to refocus.
I don't know.
Yeah. Very much. I mean, when you speak about Kevin Wolf and you see the improvements that he's made, and then he gets to this cusp of, all right, there's a championship match here, and he does not get the job done. It's just like, all right, something has to change here. Something has to be figured out, because I can't be getting this good and then not seeing it pay off at the very end. So we got to change some things. So maybe I don't know. Doof has been experiencing a lot of things lately, so an experience with Wolf is coming. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad.
Nobody knows. No one knows what it means. But we're gonna follow that story very closely, which led right in to our main event on Blueprint and what we are touting as the match of the night. Go ahead and give them a point because these two guys brought it. But let's talk about the significance of this match first. If you watched Apex earlier in the week, these two had this match on Apex. The match that you viewed last night on Blueprint aired on Apex. First time ever. And it was awarded to Blunt Row by one judge, Pete Wall. Now, that meant Blunt Row came into this match already one judge up, only needing one more out of two. Same promos aired. Our judges judged it. Triple P wins and moves on to the finals of the Pillars of Fate Stephen Faison Young Gun Memorial Tournament. But for the first time ever, we had something great in the Promoverse. We're going to talk about this match of the night, but I want everyone to understand the significance of what happened. We had two guys who, unbeknownst to two owners of leagues, were booked against each other the same week. Now, in times past, you would have had them each do two promos, two separate promos. I saw this. Pretty Petty Peterson saw this. Blunt Rose saw this. We went to Pete. We said, hey, Pete, what if we did it this way? This would eliminate some. These guys have to do two promos. Their promos wouldn't be watered down because they had to do two promos against the same person twice in 1 week. Will you allow them to talk about the Faison tournament on your show? We'll allow them to talk about your stuff on our show, and it won't hurt them at all because we'll let the judges know that they're supposed to be doing that. And it worked beautifully. And these guys then became less stressed. They had better promos because they only had to do one, and they win match of the night here tonight. Bravo, the Promoverse match. Bravo, they're getting my fast claps. So, and kudos to the owner of Apex, Pete Wall, for allowing this to happen as well.
Yeah. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to watch this match twice, and I took it in two different ways because the first time that I watched it was over in AWE. Shout outs to Pete, shout outs to Apex. You know what I'm saying? World champ, that's me. But as I was just getting in from my vacation, this was the match that I was turning on the show too, so I wasn't able to like fully intake it the way that I wanted to. But I did go back and watch it. And then seeing it here again, I saw it and I gained more story. Because the first time I was looking at mistakes made on both ends and whatnot, and then I was just like, that could have went either way. And then once I was able to watch it again, I picked up the story here. And for me, it was Blunt. He was focusing a lot on Frankie. And that might have been something that could have cost him as well. But he focused on Frankie to say that Frankie's been carrying you, Triple P. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he asked, who are you? Who would you be without all the flair, all the character, all the pettiness and all that? Like, you would just be vain. And if you know, you know. And so he says he doesn't know who he really is, but he knows who he is, speaking of Blunt Row. And he says, this is why you won't beat me is because I'm Blunt. You feel me? And so I'm like, okay, maybe this match did determine the winner of the whole tournament. As Blunt was thinking in his head that this was the finals and whatnot. So I'm like, okay. But then Triple P comes back in and he counters exactly what Blunt was asking, like, who would he be? And he says, well, without these tag team titles, which we now saw earlier in the night that he doesn't have anymore, I'm still the Blueprint champion. Right. So it's your task to beat a champion to see if you got what it takes to even win this tournament to challenge a champion on a higher scale. So I was like, oh man, I'm really loving this. And then, like, you know, of course he gets petty. So he's like, and this is just all for entertainment. He's like, I went around and I asked, like, where do you shop at? Where do you do this? Where do you do that? And I found like that you owe a bunch of rats some money.
Rats some money, and he's on the streets of New York. You know, why he's doing it?
in the heart of New York.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, okay. And then he says, you know, the brass ring might be a little too high for you to grab. You're much better when you're not high anyway. Right. So just grab my nuts instead. And I was just like, all right, I'll take it. I will take it.
He called it, so Blunt has Blunt talk, and he called his the petty truth, didn't he?
Yeah. I was like, all right.
Definitely match of the night. I tell people all the time, it takes two. And in this case, it not only took two promo stars, it took two leagues. And we got the match of the night, another point going to Foundation. And it doesn't stop there because we went to intermission and we went to the Promoverse Warp Speed match.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Jack Saban turning the corner a little bit. Alpha doing more of the same. Jack Saban getting back to what he found a little bit when he got that big win over you, Mac Millie, no offense. And just
not taken.
We had seen a couple of bad outings from Jack Saban, but this 2-minute thing he really seemed to shine. So, you know,
that's the offense that I take is Jack Saban sucking after he beat me. That's the offense that I take because I'm like, come on, kid, this is not what you're supposed to do. I gave you the spotlight and everybody's tearing you up and giving me shit for it. Be better. And so he was better here. He picks up a win over AJ. And like, man, like I like AJ too. I like AJ too, man. But he's I don't know. I feel like he's just very like coasting on the accomplishments of the past, and he's not really like developing anymore or anything. He's kind of like hit a ceiling. Like break through that glass, man. Like come on, man. Wake up.
That's the impression I get as well. It's almost like he needs a little kick. He needs some motivation, and we'll see if he finds it here in the future. And then we had our big awakening, so to speak. Apparently we see the score 35-29. Yeah. We didn't stop there. Because we had our moment of the night right here. Moment of the night. You were part of it, but we're going to give it to WGP. SNES is back with a challenge. That dumb good golly son of a damn video game bitch challenged me. Can you believe it? Me to Guts and Glory. And I find it ironic. I think there's some symbolism behind it. I'll peel back the curtain just a tad. SNES is like one of his first matches in the Promoverse, if not his first. Like in WGP, his first match was me. It's for the world title. Like it was a big deal. We had a 3-match series. He was hitting me with blue turtle shells. I was throwing video game knowledge back at him. And I think that's the way he wants to go out. So we're going to do it. I'm sorry, SNES. I don't come out of the booth and take it lightly. So if I come out of the booth, you're going to get the full Hollywood Haywood experience. I just want you to know. So that is.
I mean, well, to combine some things here, you know what I'm saying, since I was in this segment, and I love being a part of the show when I'm not a part of the show, as I said earlier, but over in AWE, Dr. Doof went ahead and took care of you. And with Doof being in this scenario, helping SNES figure out what it is that he needs to do, maybe you might be in trouble again, Haywood. So I don't know.
Look, a blonde
or shall I say Virginia Wood?
I do know that over in Apex, I do know Dr. Doof, who up until his recent loss to Lip Fuse has been very dominant, okay? Very dominant. You know what? I have no shame. He beat me in Apex fair and square. He did. He beat me in Apex fair and square. I had no issue with it. I honestly thought that he deserved to beat me. And he did. So kudos to Dude. Kudos.
You owe him a sandwich. You owe him a sandwich.
Well, do you know
give him his sandwich. You won't resign, so give him his sandwich. Give him 2 sandwiches.
After that match, and asked me if I was going to give my formal resignation. No, sir.
Yeah. You've been a fraud.
Let's move on.
You've been a fraud this whole time.
Match, and we had Allison Black versus Johnny Canada. Johnny Canada has been on fire, and it was no different last night. What's your take, Matt?
Oh, man. So, okay, I'm going to start with Allison Black because I actually have some good things to say about Allison this time. Nothing bad at all. Allison attacks Johnny's recent championship win over you and says that she doesn't buy it. She doesn't buy it. And then she says that Johnny Canada is nothing more than a hothead and doesn't deserve what he has, and that karma is coming back for him eventually. And this, I was proud. I was like, this is the first time that I can remember in a long time where Allison made sense, told a story from start to finish, and did a good job. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like this, I can take this. But then Johnny comes in and he combats exactly what she's talking about. Says, yeah, he's back and he's better. He's been gone for a while, focusing on getting better, which helped him become a world champion, a victory over you. And says that Allison has also won championships in the Promoverse, but none of what they've been doing in the Promoverse matters here in WGP. They both need to focus and get to a goal. And he says he's going to be targeting some championships and that he's looking to become Johnny Champion over in WGP. So I said, oh, well, all right. That works out for me. So I didn't have no problem with the rendering. It was actually a better match than I thought it was going to be.
It was a very good match.
Good job by both. Good job by both.
Johnny Canada definitely went through the ropes with me, got the big win over me in Elite after listening to all my lessons for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And I'm going to tell everybody, Johnny Canada has really upped his game. Allison, we hadn't seen her in a little while. It's been a while since we've seen her, but she came back, and I agree with you, Max. She was definitely much better. Looked like the time off from the WGP had been beneficial to her. She just came up a little short here tonight. Again, I know it says 3-0. That does not reflect how close this match actually was. So, and then
and with that, I just want to tell everybody, pay attention to your judges' notes. Pay attention to your judges' notes and really like decipher and break down what it is that they're trying to tell you, and use those tools to sharpen. You know, everywhere that you compete, you got to know who your judges are and know what they're looking for. And that's going to make everybody better, well-rounded and things of that nature, because you got different judges giving you different clues and tips on how to sharpen and be better and whatnot. So I'm here for it.
Absolutely. And I think there's going to be some really good notes coming out this week, especially in that match in particular, and all the matches, so to speak. But now we got to move on, Mac. We got to move on. We got to move on to the returning starving artist. Look at that graphic. Look at that graphic. The starving artist versus Mama Purge. This was a 2-1. Now, I'm going to tell you, everybody knows me and TK3, me and Trent, we have a long.
Trent?
I was very happy to see him ready to return. The one thing I will caution TK3 of is last night your promo felt a little, it didn't feel personal to me, but I think you went after some things. One, talking about the Purge when you take on Mama Purge is a little overplayed at this point. Like, that's everyone's approach. It's almost like the people that take on Drake talking about his age. You know, like that is not the best approach against Mama Purge unless she's actively in a storyline with herself. Okay. And then number two, you really got close to the line on the culture thing. And I didn't like that personally, but that's just me. What about you,
man? This was an okay match. I was like, because Mama Purge started off with I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. And I never like that unless you can spin it properly, which I'll talk about later on or in the next match. But I'm like, oh, no, don't do this. But then she takes it and she spins it because she's like, okay, like TK3, whatever you are, whoever you are, starving artist or whatever, you're still irrelevant regardless of your gimmick or whatever it is that you're trying to do. And she said that she hates his guts.
And she
also says that he's a copycat and a piss.
Sorry.
Yeah, she says that he's a copycat, a piss break, you know, and that he's cursed. And so, you know, we're cursed too for having to watch his promos. And she says, don't starve. I'll send you some food. Give me your address. And also states that he'll mention purging some way. So I was just like, all right, cool. And then TK3. Now, I'll say this. His scheme, good. Nice. You know, as he talked about, he has a project. He has a mission. He has a masterpiece to paint and to create without man-made tools. But he'll be using his words. And he says he wants the WGP championship, which I say look out because you see who the champion is now, and he doesn't play any games. But perhaps, maybe if I beat the champion and you want to challenge me, maybe perhaps I'll give you a win, like people say, well, or whatever. Anyways, but then, he said he's being ignored for what he wants. And he says that the masterpiece that he has created, or says that the masterpiece that she has created has been nothing more than just a failure and things of that nature. Here's something that bothered me, though. He pulled out a chair. And he says, no, I'm not going to hit you with it. I'm just going to sit down and have a talk-to-talk, one-on-one talk with you or whatever. And I'm like,
I know where you're going with this.
He opens the chair, puts the chair down, and then proceeds to squat over the chair just to stay in frame to continue to talk about Purge for the rest of the match. Yeah. And I was just like,
Yeah. You can plan out that chair sitting down a little bit better next time, but I really think this match could have went either way as well, Mac. Just it depended on what judges got.
2-1 always means it could have. Mm-hmm. But not bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match. I really want to caution people about that approach. It wasn't. I don't want to say it was in bad taste at all, because I don't think Trent is that type of guy. I just think he didn't know really how to approach it, and so he chose the easy way, in my opinion, or the low-hanging fruit, I guess you could call it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, he's a starving artist, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
he's a starving artist, so maybe he needs the low-hanging fruit. But I'll tell you who doesn't need the low-hanging fruit, and I'm talking about the illusionist, the master of illusion. I'm talking about Luke Thompson. What is this, like his third promo of the night in a row? This man is absolute. That's right, I said it. Promo of the night. 1 point for WGP. Y'all can thank Luke Thompson.
Yeah.
Because this man, a man everyone wrote off. I want to repeat that, Mac. Everyone wrote him off. He has been cured. I believe this is the third promo double feature in a row. I want y'all to let that sink in, which means every round of this tournament, he has one promo of the night. And he has now cashed his ticket to the finals against Pretty Petty Peterson at our next show, where the winner will get that world title opportunity. And I first off, Cousin Paul, thank you for coming to WGP. Thank you for entering the tournament. I hope we see more from you. You had me laughing. I mean, I'm just laughing every time you're on screen. But I don't think anybody was beating Lee Class. That's just
yeah. I got a good spiel for this.
Let's hear it.
As a matter of fact, let me do this. I'll go for it. So I'm gonna read my notes. I'm gonna start with Luke. Like, a focused Luke is a dangerous Luke. It's a dangerous Luke. I'll tell you that. He's really been on a roll, like you said, since I'll go back even further. He's been on the road since whatever the fuck that was that he did against Lit Fuse in that triple threat match at Starting Point.
Yeah.
Because that was the shit, and not in a good way. So, he's been on fire, and he doesn't stop here against Cousin Paul at all. He brought everything that he had in him, and I could tell that he really wants this tournament win. He says that Cousin Paul is a joke and just something to laugh at, obviously entertaining and everything, but he's not here to play no games. He said, you just want to have some fun, and I'm here to be great, So to see him get a 3-0 victory over a talented individual. But speaking about that talented individual, let me just say this, like I touched on in just a moment ago. I very much hate the narrative of, I don't know who this person is. I don't care who this person is. I don't know who it is. I don't care, unless you take it and you flip it in the best way possible to make it make sense. And he does that here. He's like, I don't know who I'm facing tonight. Like, don't get me wrong, I know who I'm facing, but what is his presentation? Like, 1 week we're calling him Luke, the next week we're calling him Master, this week we're calling him Illusionist, and then it's the Master of Illusions. Like, pick a name, pick a gimmick, and I'm like, all right, cool.
And it was
like
good.
That's entertainment or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. But then Cousin Paul proceeds to attack management, which is always never good unless you can find a way to really spin it entertaining wise, and he was close here and spinning it that way or whatever. But he says, Young Gun's promos used to make people feel something, you know? Whether he was in the backseat of a car, taking an Uber drive, rolling up a blunt, whatever he had to say, you were pulling up and you were paying attention. And I'm like, he says Luke is nothing like that. And I go, well,
exactly. That's the thing. If anybody has captured that feeling in this tournament, it's Luke. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like, well, Luke has been doing it. And he's been making me feel for sure. Like,
yes,
he's definitely been making me feel. But what Cousin Paul did next, I really, really appreciated it, because he says, cut the music. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck everybody. Fuck you. Fuck. And then read the captions, because they're important. But he pretty much says, fuck everybody. Then he goes deeper into his bag and says, you know what? I show up. I entertain. I do my job. I'm good. I don't care about wins and losses. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not about to bitch, moan, and complain about any result that comes afterwards. And I'm not going to tear down somebody for whatever, however I feel personally. And I'm just like, oh man, I love it. He pretty much says that there's a lot of people in this game that drink their own Kool-Aid, and it's disgusting Kool-Aid. You don't know how to make Kool-Aid, but you drink it anyway. And you just shoot. You shoot all over things of which you feel indifferent about, but really it should be a feeling about you or whatever. And I fucking loved it. He gave real talk. He shot, and then he said, cut the music back on, and then we're back to entertainment and whatnot and everything. So like, yeah, Cousin Paul definitely delivered in this tournament. Sucks to see him go, but again, Luke has been going crazy, and
Luke's on another level.
Luke versus
right
Triple P.
I have one critique, because I know Luke's watching, and I know he's going to want to hear, because there is one problem with this promo. It's not the perfect promo at all, by any means. Luke, so you went from the graveyard last week, and then this week you're obviously using a green screen background or something. Your arm movements, man. Your arm movements, at times, if you were using a more complex background, it would have taken me out of the promo. Because it was kind of simple, it didn't. And I but I'm just letting people know, be aware of that stuff, because it's little things like that if it comes down to a really close thing, could cost you. It could cost you. So I would just caution you about that as you get ready for the finals and your date with Triple P, the Blueprint champion, at our very next show. But I mean, I'm going to tell you the standouts of this tournament, Mac, were Triple P, Blunt Rowe, Luke Thompson, Cousin Paul, the ones in the four. But really for me, we already knew Triple P, Blueprint champion, and I know he's going to the finals, but Blunt Rowe and the Master of Illusion in this tournament, if y'all didn't think you had arrived by now, you have arrived. Business is booming for both of those guys. And I really want Blunt to hear that, because Blunt has impressed the ever-living, can I say shit on the air? Damn, I said it. Has impressed the ever-living crap out of me in this tournament. Luke Thompson has impressed the ever-living crap. And that's not to say the other people didn't impress me. I'm just saying that out of everybody in this, Luke was a number 8 seed, guys. He was a number 8 seed. So for him to get to the finals as a number 8 seed on his side, I think everybody needs to stop and really think about that. And for Blunt Rowe to make it all the way to the semifinals, and we saw so much different out of Blunt. Like this is the Blunt that can become a world champion here. So, yeah, man, great show, great time to be in the Promoverse.
Speaking of championships, the man that beat you for the Elite World Championship, Johnny Canada, seems to have an issue with a man that you might be familiar with or whatever, and the founding father. Like what's going on with that? Like guts will be spilled for glory in that match.
It's funny you say that. I hate to do this, Mac. If you give me just a second, hold, Mac. Just stay right there. Just stay right there, Mac. Just please.
All right. Now I don't know what's going on or what's happening, but it should be something interesting, because y'all know it's good Golly psychology. Anything goes down here at any moment in time, and Haywood hasn't been interrupted all show long, so I would like to say that perhaps this would be a good one. somebody at your door. Well, I guess this counts as an interruption then, because they've taken you away from the show. They just didn't.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Oh, ah! You want to know about the founding father, Mr. McMillie?
I needed an adult.
I would like to congratulate you on your big world championship victories. But
yeah, victories. I got 2. The other ones, I gotta go downstairs and get the other one. But yeah,
Hollywood Haywood and I are very, very good friends. And he wanted me to come out here with you today and let everyone know not to worry. No worry. No worry. The founding father will be at Guts and Glory. Oh, yes. Where he will absolutely destroy all the Canadian hopes and dreams of Johnny Canada, the fake champion. McMillie, it has been a privilege and an honor to be here with you on Good Golly Psychology. I'm going to go get Hollywood Haywood back for you.
What did you do with him? Did you lock him in the bathroom?
He just stepped away for a moment and allowed me to come out and speak to each and every one of the great Americans of the Promoverse. It was a pleasure and an honor. And Johnny Canada, you better say your prayers because I'm coming for you.
All right, Johnny. A man in a mask is coming for you. That's never really good. That's always something to look out for. You're in trouble, I guess.
House, bro. I know we're friends, man, but I can't be doing this all the time, man. This is my show, not your time, okay? Damn, I don't know. Good golly, I don't know what's wrong with people nowadays, Mac. I just don't. The founding father thinks he owns the damn place. But he's going to be at Guts and Glory. He showed up last night. He was supposed to come face to face with someone else. It didn't happen. So instead, now we're going to get Johnny Canada, founding father, Guts and Glory. I'm excited.
How does he just know? How does he just know where you live?
We go way back like babies in car seats, man. I'm telling you. So, it's sometimes he can be a burden. But you know what? And the other problem is, I'm surprised he knocked because freedom never knocks. It normally rings.
It just rings, It just rings.
But he did so. Anyway, Mac, we had a great promo double feature. Our next show, we will see the match we were supposed to see last night.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. We got to get the show of the night point.
Into that. Yeah, and before we do that, okay, so Mr. America came, surprised me, but he congratulated me on my world championships. Cool. We got another world champion who has a championship that's on one of these shows, and something needs to happen with the Havoc championship, right? I mean, he said,
as you saw last night, man. I'm sorry. The founding father has me all to pieces. As you saw last night, we stripped that. You know, I know that he's your cousin, okay? But ever since he came and took over our show that week, I'm not a big fan. And ever since he inserted himself in the world title match, I'm not a big fan. So I stripped Lip Fuse. You're no double champ here. Stripped Lip Fuse of the Havoc Championship. And what we're going to do is, anybody that's familiar with WGP remembers they used to have a show called Best of the Best. And at Best of the Best, any former Havoc champion can enter their name in the hat, and they will compete to become the new Havoc champion. So we could see people like Stump. We could see people like Jay Briggy. Yeah. We could see people like Tom Stradamus, Vagabond, Big Sweet. I mean, the list. We could see Hollywood Haywood in Best of the Best.
We can see everybody, but we can see everybody except for
there is one former Havoc champion that over my good golly dead body will he be able to enter And that is lit fuse. No. No. He can't just do whatever he wants. He thinks he can do whatever he wants, and he can't. And I'm going to prove that to him one way or another.
Proof's in the pudding. All right, so yeah, I guess we could get to which one of these shows won the night. You know what I'm saying? Which show wins the night, the Foundation or WGP? Hollywood, hey, what you say?
We're going to give this one to the Foundation for having match of the night, for having the new tag team champions crowned, even though they were from WGP. It happened on the Foundation show. And for Hector Flores and Drake also being a match of the night contender. So Foundation picking up one more point. We have 2 shows left, and the next show is going to be very small. Just the world title match we were supposed to have. Had Kevin Wolf calling. It was the match of the night. So WGP is going to be 5 points down, 2 shows left. 2 shows left. And if you notice at Guts and Glory, a lot of these matches are going to be worth a point for whichever brand takes them down. So there is still time for WGP to get this. And keep in mind, the winner of the Stephen Faison tournament earns 5 points for their brand. So if Luke Thompson wins next show, it's a tie. We're tied. So anybody's game.
Bullshit. Come on, Triple P. Come on, Triple P. Come on, P. Come on, P. Wow. Come on, P.
Yeah, it was good. So
yeah,
that's about it. That's all I've got for the night, man, for the day.
Oh, man. It's been appreciated. Good show. Good inclusion of everybody that was involved with the show. Thank you for doing what it was that you did.
Absolutely.
To give to
Thank you.
WGP and Foundation. Shout outs to the Promoverse and everybody that's involved with it, as I like to continue to encourage people. Pull positives, strain and drain the negative, and let's move forward, sharpening our tools and getting better within this Smart Psychology podcast. We're actually about to go live right after this. You figured, deal me. So tap in with us as we go over TNA and SmackDown from last night, and then just have some Smart Psychology fun the way that we do. Shout outs to Knox Pro. Shout outs to PCW Ultra. Shout outs to all of our VIPs. You already know what it is. I'm a champ. I got to go downstairs and see if my championship is here, because I believe that it is. Shout outs to UP, AWE, Ace. I'll be that man. I'll be that man. Well, one of them. You know, I don't want to sound like your Foundation champion says, this is the most important champ. All right, never mind. I ain't going to do it. Hollywood, hey, what you got?
All I want to say is, everybody in the Promoverse, thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the people that made this show possible that we saw last night, the promo double feature. A special thank you to Justin Abercrombie for helping produce the shows every week. Special thank you to you, Mac Milley, for helping me do Good Golly Psychology, for actually, you're the thing that makes it move. So thank you guys very much. Thank you to the Promoverse, and we will see you next time.
Yeah.